Everybody's freaking out about Real ID. I think there's more to the story, and I have a few different stories that I'm going to connect together on this to see what the overall picture might be with this Real ID thing. It's been a process getting to this point of when they're actually going to enact the Real ID. Why the Trump administration is doing it. I thought they were against it, but it seems like they're doing it, and I think I can see the bigger picture of what they're trying to do, and it has to do with shrinking the government. Let me explain. So, let's see. The Real ID requirements for flights domestically start May 7th. May 7th, the Real ID will require domestic flight air travel to certain federal facilities in the United States. The Real ID Act established enhanced security to prevent identity fraud. It allows travelers to either use a Real ID compliant driver's license or a passport for domestic flights. A lot of people are upset because the last few years, especially foreigners or illegals, have been able to fly virtually free, and we have to essentially deal with all that. Here's a video here. There's a side-by-side of what people are going through with the TSA and what was happening at the border. And yeah, that's pretty upsetting. Going through the TSA, if you've been through it, it's I wouldn't say a nightmare, but not pleasant. When I went through, it seemed like they had no customer service skills. Should they? I mean, maybe you should just be a bit more pleasant. It wasn't a fun time. And it's been reported that they don't usually find things or pass tests when they put like drugs or weapons or something through there, that they don't usually find them. At least that's what I've heard. In my experience, as you can see in this video, the lady is being put through one of those scanners. You have to put your hands up and it can show you completely naked. When I went through there, they had a line going through there, and it became a huge bottleneck to where they just let like 20 people go through with just a wand. So I don't know how this operates. Like, obviously the operation isn't working. It's creating massive bottlenecks to go through this silly machine one at a time to then just go back to the wand. If you're just going to do the wand, then just do the wand. All right. I understand the like theory of constraints and surge capacity or whatnot, but like, what is the point of this damn machine if like 20 to 1 people aren't going through it? All right, so going back to what I was saying, let's see. All right, so there's a Real ID that people are really upset about. I have a video here.
So the claim is, and Hillary made this claim and many others, 69 million married women won't be able to vote if they took on the name of their husband, that they will disenfranchise American voters, and it's voter suppression. By the way, this is an 84-16 issue in terms of the polls. Voters want ID, signature verification, chain of custody controls, updated voter rolls. They want partisan observers watching the voting all day, the vote counting all night. That brings integrity to the process and confidence in results. Why would you be against it?
The only reason, Sean, you would be against any of that is if you wanted illegal aliens to vote, and to vote in incredibly large numbers. So let's just deal with all of this BS right now. Every other country in the world of any note requires an ID to vote. The notion that Democrats are pushing that married women, who, by the way, are a Republican voting demographic, cannot get ID could be one of the dumbest talking points I have heard in my entire life. As you said, the Real ID Act creates an ID that you can get at the DMV that demonstrates you're a citizen. Democrats want illegal aliens to vote. It's why Joe Biden and his administration gave millions, we verified this now, millions with an M, of illegal aliens Social Security numbers. And once you have a Social Security number, it is incredibly easy to vote, to collect welfare, to get free government benefits, to participate in every aspect of American life. This isn't a mystery. They want illegals to steal elections.
This is pretty interesting with the Real ID. And it ties into, where is it? The SAVE Act. Okay. The House passes the SAVE Act, Citizens Proof of Required for Voting. On April 10th, 2025, the U.S. House of Representatives passed the Safeguard American Voter Eligibility Act, which requires proof of citizenship for voters and registration for federal elections. So I think that they're trying to tie these two together, using the Real ID and then coupling that with the SAVE Act essentially eliminate any fraud or make it harder for people to commit fraud. How hard is it to get a real ID? Let's just see. I have another thing here. I wanted to tie this into the TSA. Let's see. Let me dupe this real quick. Duplicate the page. And let's ask Grok. How hard is it to get the real ID in the USA? What are the steps here? Getting a real ID. Hey, real quick, did you tap the like button and subscribe? Did you leave your comments? Give me your thoughts about what you think about this video down below. Make sure you do that before you leave. We're gonna jump back in, but pause it, get down there, and let me know what you think about this. How can we make this video better? And let me know what your opinion is on the content we've got going. Thanks. In the US varies state by state, but generally involves a few steps of some paperwork. Okay, requirements. You need to provide proof of identity, passport or birth certificate. I mean, if you need a birth certificate to get a passport, so you need your birth certificate, start there. A social security number, so you should have your social security number and your card, which, I mean, you should, I think you get that early on in life, so don't lose it. And you might have to go through the process of getting a new one, which would be annoying, but it's not hard. And 2 proofs of residency, utility bill, lease agreement, if your name is changed, let's see, a marriage certificate. So as long as you didn't lose those 3, that doesn't sound that hard. I have all 3. So I don't know how this would disenfranchise people, maybe inconvenience them, especially if you're trying to get this thing close to a flight. Yeah, it could take some time because some of this stuff could take a few weeks to get with processing and whatnot through the federal government. I know they are trying to make things more efficient, but yeah, it could take some time. The process, let's see, you must visit the DMV or equivalent state agency in person. Online applications are not allowed. So let me distill this down. It's essentially the same process of getting an ID. The real big difference is you have to show up face-to-face in person. You can't just renew it online. You have to be there and sign and take a picture, and someone has to look at you and check everything. And by doing that, it's kind of hard to get around fraud, or it makes it definitely more difficult to do that. Let's see, there are, especially in busy states like that. So the difficulty factors, documentation, gathering the right documents can be a hassle, obviously, but not impossible. State variation, states like Florida and Texas have streamlined the process, but other states like Illinois are slower due to high demand and stricter checks. Backlogs. Let's see, the deadline was by May. They've been trying to get this through for years now. Special cases, non-citizens or those who have complex legal statuses, visa holders face extra scrutiny, which can delay. Okay. So if you're going to be flying a lot, probably jump on it soon because it'll probably take, I'm guessing maybe like worst case scenario, 6 to 12 weeks. I think they'll probably, depending on where you are. Some states kind of already do this. The cost is $10 to $40. Okay, not an impossible feat. Like you could sell stuff on Facebook Marketplace in one day and have enough money to do that. The time. What is this? If you have all the documents ready, usually in a single visit lasting 30 minutes to an hour, assuming no issues. The processing time for a card can arrive in 1 to 3 weeks. All right, so that's what they claim, but with delays or showing up with the wrong documents or whatnot, that could be a bit of an issue. Yeah, have a checklist or whatnot. But I think that this is to, I think maybe the icing on the cake is there have been reports that they wanted to obviously streamline the government and downsize the TSA. In March 2025, Republican Senator Mike Lee and Tommy Tuberville, I don't know how to pronounce his name, introduced a bill to abolish the TSA and transport airport security to private companies, citing privacy violations and inefficiencies. I already voiced that. I think a private, when it's a private company, there's a profit that needs to be made, which means you lose money. There's no guarantee of money coming in. When it's a government thing, you've noticed if you've been following the DOGE, if you have unlimited money, like then in no accountability, stuff can get inflated like crazy, out of control, in which it has. But when there's a profit on the line, there's a job on the line, there's money on the line, you're going to look for these inefficiencies. There is a risk of people cutting too much, but that's with any business or any program. Even in the federal government, you can keep adding money, but still things just aren't implemented or they're overlooked. So I think that those three things all tie together in this instances. I think there's other things here. Tell me what you think down below in the comments. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Give me your thoughts on this. Am I off base? Am I right on target? Am I seeing the whole picture tied together? Or do you have other insights? You let me know down below. Get on the mailing list. Watch the next video. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for checking out this clip. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think about this. I'd love to hear your 2 cents. And if you think I'm crazy, let me know too. I'll see you guys in the next video.